We are live.
All right. So KK is going to take roll call.
Okay.
All right. Sherry?
Yep.
KK here. Tom?
Yep.
Bernie?
Here.
Steve?
I did not hear from
No.
Steve.
Barb will be here soon. Larry?
Not hear from him.
Elizabeth? Here. Dr. Kuntz?
Here.
Bernie?
Here.
I think that's everyone.
Barb will be late. She
Barb will
gave
be
me a
late.
message, yep.
All right. Thank you.
All right, looking over
Sorry.
April's minutes. Any corrections, deletions?
Move we accept.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. We have no guests today. Guess we're going to old business. Mills Creek Golf Course. Ryan, you're up first.
The course looks really good. The grounds crew has the course in really good shape, and it's playing really well. The cart path is finished. The contractor is gonna come back and put just a different type of sealer on it, just because it's designed so it's a combination of a cart and a walking path. So it's more on the side of like a walking path, like if you're going for a hike, in terms of like the surface and how it feels. But they're going to come back in and just put one more coating of just the sealer, because it is a little loose as far as the asphalt grindings and the gravel are concerned. But staff really likes it. They're really happy with it. The golfers, it's been a great asset for the golfers too. It's a way for us to, especially if we have rainy days or somewhat rainy days, for golfers to still be able to use carts, but it's a lot easier to say, hey, just stay on the cart path, don't tear up the fairway, don't tear up the grass. So the new cart path has been really good. We had somebody from Century Equipment come today and show our grounds crew how to operate the new greens mower that we purchased. So they'll be using that very soon, and that's going to make our greens look even better than they already look. So we're really excited about that. We're going to continue our golf camp that we do in the summer in June. Dave Calatrulio has been doing that in the past. He's going to continue this year, and it's 3 weeks, Monday through Thursday, an hour each morning. We haven't even promoted it a whole lot, and we've already got some signups, so that should be in good shape for this summer as well. So yeah, that's the golf course.
Where did
And-
we end up with, was it St. Mary's that wanted to use us?
We have both, we're the home course for both the St. Mary's and Sandusky girls and boys.
Yep.
Back to where it was?
Yep.
Good.
And we've got some matches scheduled already, but yeah, that will continue to be the home course for both of those schools.
Good.
And just an update on the bridge that did get awarded to Fike Contractors for the number 5 bridge, and we should be seeing something going on that very soon. So the bridge has been awarded, and looking forward to having that
Did you say to
installed.
Fike?
To Fike, yes, contractors, yep.
I'll add to that, we got in touch with the company who's installing the new irrigation panel, and I think they said a couple weeks is when they're going to start scheduling us. I think that's what they said.
Yeah, that was the PLC panel, which controls sort of the irrigation, makes it communicate all to it, because as if anyone's been following the saga of irrigation at the golf course.
Like a couple years that you've been playing back and forth with that?
With irrigation?
Or is it
It's
something
been,
else?
yeah, we've been investing in it, and then we'll fix one part, and then another part needs to be updated, and sort of like something happens at your house. Like, we fixed the satellite.
Old house?
Yeah, fix the satellites, and then they're like, well, your PLC panel's now outdated, so.
Oh, good.
So hopefully this is the last step, and then we'll get all the little leaks and things fixed out there, and hopefully have a smooth rest of the season.
Yeah, because right now the grounds crew, they have to manually turn the irrigation on and off, so.
Somebody had said something to me about it, and I said I'd bring it up, but there you have it.
Yeah, which it's okay to get by with, but it limits when you can, because ideally you can run the sprinklers when we're not open, because that would be helpful too, and it would make the course look better. But we can only, as of right now, we can only do that when we have staff there, when we're open, but this will allow us to make sure the sprinklers are fully functional, so.
Cart path, nice addition.
Yes.
Gives a nice look as you come up to it. It's visual from street. Very nice.
Yeah, we're really happy with it. Yeah, just another great addition to the course, so.
Where it's really needed is when we start getting some rain days and we can just say carts only, and they can, carts have to stay on the path only, so we're looking forward to that. Is there any questions on Mills Creek? Tondra's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
It got rained out on the way in.
yeah. I was thinking it was going to succeed a little bit, but I had to come in that door because I couldn't make it all the way around. So, let me see, Midtown Supper Club Earth Day was a super success. We changed it a little bit this year and had platinum sponsors. We had 2 platinum sponsors, and we had some continental sponsors as far as tables. So there were 7 continents, so we had 7 $500 tables that some of the organizations in the city purchased, along with the other purchases for tables and individual seats. And if we do the math right, it looks like Midtown Supper Club did pretty good, like $13,000 good. But we still, you got to take that all the way out. So I'm very excited about that. And season 8 is already cooking. So stay tuned. Y'all got to come to one of them. It was also on Earth Day, which was a collaboration with Erie Metro Parks. So what made it really good is it was a combination of just the culinary program, and then Mike Hensley from Erie Metro Parks had 2 naturalists in training, 2 of our kids that spoke about other animals in the world, but mainly the American eagle, and it was pretty awesome. I have several reviews of the event from people that attended, and hopefully these will be submitted along with the pictures and the newspaper article and the BCSN, because we're trying to win Best of the Best program in the state of Ohio again, and I think we got a good chance at it. So that was Midtown Supper Club Earth Day. Spring break camp. So Midtown Supper Club Earth Day was on April 22nd. We took a day between that to breathe, and then we went right into spring break camp, which was the 24th and 25th, with 100 kids signed up, and then I think we had like 70 kids show up on both of those days, close to 70. And then we turned right around on that Monday and went back into out of school for the month of May. To finish out April and the month of May, which we have today. We have tomorrow and then 4 days next week, and that's the last day of the out-of-school program before we start summer break camp. So I put the registration out for summer break camp on May 9th, and by 5 o'clock on May 9th, it was full with over 100 kids registered. And we got a lot of new kids, too. And so summer break camp starts June 9th. It goes Monday through Friday from 10 to 2. And shout out to Sandusky City Schools. Antoine is going to support feeding our kids again for lunch. So that's a big, big help. We also have another pilot program, which we're working with Serving Our Seniors. It's an intergenerational program because we have a lot of grandparents raising grandkids. That's the name of the program. And what's going to happen is that from May 31st.
May 31st, yep.
So it's a couple of Saturdays to September. The grandparents that are in her program have grandkids that will have signed up for the summer break camp. But the grandparents also spend an hour once a week to do what I call it is like a toy box of ways to connect with their grandparent, with their grandchild, because there's a disconnect there. So if they're 60 years and older, the problem is we have grandparents that aren't 60 yet. A lot of them that come to the program, but they couldn't be in this program because they're not 60 yet. But we do have about, I think it's like 6 grandparents and 10 grandkids that'll be coming from May to September to just try to get to shorten up that generation gap. And then they spend an hour with me doing some cognitive type generational skills, intergenerational skills, and then the kids will be playing. We come back together. We come back together to have lunch all together, and then the grandparents get respite for the next couple of hours to do what they need to do, leave the kids with us, and then they come back and get them. So I'm looking forward to that getting started too. Yeah, I think we're going to reapply for the Sam's Club grant to be able to fund the 5-week mini camp that we need to do when there's that break from summer break camp ends August 1st, but we don't come back until September. So that's like a 5-6 week break that there's no staff and there's no kids. So we applied for a grant that would support the payroll and the funding of those mini camps in between those times. So we'll reapply for that, and hopefully we
Kicking it at Mills.
kicking it at Mills, because it's all about kicking something. Kicking the ball, no. Just,
Oh, we did get a Erie County Community Foundation grant to add field trips in, and we're working for a few field trips with the summer break camp. So the kids will get to go to Back to the Wild. We're going to schedule with them, schedule with the 2 museums downtown, and schedule with
Erie Metro Parks.
Erie Metro Parks, and then
And Maple Crest Horse Farms. They'll go spend a day out to the horse farm in Castelia.
Do we pick kids up
Do
We
we
do
pick
not.
kids
from the
up?
community so they all can get that opportunity? Or just the ones at middle school?
Just at Mills. If they're registered for the Mills summer break camp, they get to go. That's it.
Anything else?
I think that grandparent thing is a great idea.
It is. I mean, I think it's important that both generations do the work, because you can have a grandparent that doesn't connect with the kid because of generational gap, but if they don't know the language, I'm blessed to have raising a 15-year-old, plus I work with kids. So when they say these certain terms, I know what they're talking about, but these grandparents don't. So even language or body language or dress or what they're watching, what they're listening to, they need to know all that. They need to know all that so they can communicate better.
No question. Great,
Yep.
great idea.
Yep.
Jason, moving on. Skate.
2025 special events. I've got both in new and old business, but the old business is because we just wrapped up Skate Dusky, which we had probably the best weather I think we could have for an event like that, and had hundreds of people. And the skate park was, the Wheels Park was crazy busy. Vendors, music, almost so successful that we're already talking about, let's maybe kick off the season each year and have a similar like concert type
Good idea.
pros and everything each year at the Wheels Park with professional skaters. And there was, I'm amazed, and I learned a lot at that like how they use the park and how it's almost like an unsaid, or how they go in the bowl, and one person's going to be, I would expect like bikes and skateboards running into each other and just chaos, but it was,
It's a culture they have.
yeah, we had
Yeah.
maybe a couple people to get some, road rash, but nothing major.
Out of
And
respect for each other.
yeah. And there's like just an unsaid, like, okay, now you've been standing there for this long, now you go, you're up. So just the generations of it too, the young, not generations, but as far as like the younger kids, the way the park progresses from, if you're just there for the first time and you can start on this one end, and then you kind of work your way up to the bowl and dropping into the bowl. And then seeing the pros that were there use the park and showing kind of the kids how at some point you can get to the level of these pros and doing backflips on on these ramps, and it was great. We gave away some bikes through with Advocate Skateworks. They gave away, when Huffy donated some bikes, so we gave away 10 bikes. 5 were drawn before the event, 5 were drawn at the event through a raffle, and then we wrapped up by about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and like I said, the weather couldn't have been better, and May can be either downpour or beautiful, and we had the latter. So thanks to Linda and Ryan and Eric Scott and Sean Carroll and Sean Patrick Thomas Daly from Halo for pulling that all together, because I think we started off that new park right. It's $1 million park, and it's going to be used for years to come. And then this weekend, probably have even more people down for Whiteman Weaver Safety Fair and Kids Fun Festival. I've heard Jen and Darlene on the radio a few times this week, and the big event is this weekend. It's supposed to be a little windy, but we'll hope that maybe we get a little bit of a respite as far as how windy it is and the weather holds for us. But the annual event is this weekend, 20 years, first 1,200 kids get a free T-shirt. So let your friends and family know that that's going on. And then we've got our second event for the Rundusky Race Series is the Laps for Lions. That's on Sunday in Lions Park.
All right, anything else on our old business?
All right. New business, same thing, special events. You all may have picked up our Sandusky event calendar. They are printed, they are hot off the presses. We got them late yesterday. They've been distributed to Shores and Islands and the Sandusky Library so far. We're gonna distribute them even more to all these events and at Kids Fest this weekend. Grab 1, grab 10 if you need them, grab 20 if you need them for your shop, Sherry. And anyone who says there's nothing to do in Sandusky has not picked up one of these guides, because we have a lot going on this summer, and looking forward to it. And what you won't see in there, I don't believe, is the Love Where You Live series. That was something where Commissioner Waddington had scheduled those weekly cleanups over the past several years. He took a step back, but he's still sort of helping out with it. But we just released that schedule, and it's I think it's the second and fourth Saturday of each month. It's a cleanup in all of our parks. We've got 2 volunteers, Sue Zier and Samantha Smith, who are leading up. They'll bring all the supplies, and we have volunteer groups that are meeting at each one of them. So 2 times a month, we got all these cleanups scheduled throughout the season. So if you like to volunteer, you can volunteer for those.
That's what it sounded like that.
Any questions on those?
I just have a question. Take Your Kids Fishing Day, are we not doing it?
No, that's still on
Always done
yeah.
it? Or did we give it to,
No, we work in collaboration with the Elks, and we work with Loot, the Lake Erie Walleye Trail.
the who?
Lake Erie Walleye Trail and Sandusky Elks. So that's the, is it not in the calendar?
It's on there, yeah. I just didn't know if because last year I didn't feed the people, I wasn't involved, and I was wondering if I'm not involved again.
You're welcome to get involved. I just know that when we started working with the Elks, they provided food for it already, and we combined our efforts with them.
So we just let them run it?
We help with the promotion and the signage and the Facebook event and all that, and then the Loot comes in and does the fishing help, and then the Elks gather a lot of the prizes for it as well. So we're still involved with it in that respect.
You do the advertisement for them?
Yeah. And, it's still in honor of Chuck Hank, which the other one.
Oh, it is still?
Yeah, we still do something in his memory too.
All right, moving on.
Park facilities and updates. Chris had another meeting that popped up at 4 today, so I told him I'd cover for him on these items. The AMVETS Sproul shelter should be getting installed very soon. It was approved by commission at the last meeting for that project. That's a shade shelter with some seating. You should see that be popping up. That's like our phase 2 for that park. The tennis courts will be getting started as well soon. I think it's Purdue and Erie Blacktop were the winning bidders on that project. And that will be over at the American Cran site. And both school school districts will be using those new courts over there, tennis courts. We're waiting on might have some grant funding still coming to help offset some of the costs of that. And it says stage.
What's behind the high school will become obsolete.
Yes, I believe so. I mean, I think they have plans, there'll be plans down the road for something to do back there. And then it says stage training, so that's our Erie County Community Foundation stage that was donated in 2018. And when we originally got the stage, we had training for 4 staff, me included, to operate that. We need to get it inspected every so often, so we're getting inspected, and then we're getting new staff trained. So I just put that as a list. So we have to have staff that can actually set it up and take it down and be certified in that. So they're going to be doing that at the end of this month.
While you're talking about that, someone had mentioned, and then I seen it on Facebook also, that why couldn't the stage be put at the other end so the bars and everybody can be involved in watching what's going on the stage?
For which event?
For like when you have bands come in,
For which event?
just the community, you guys and Airport
The
Service.
concert series.
They want to flip it, Jason, that's what she's saying.
Well, the pier was built for that location for the stage to be. That's why the power is put right there, and the stage faces the Great Lawn. We've had events, and part of the pier included, where the stage has been out the north end and faced back to the downtown. So it's a matter of, it's designed to, because the Great Lawn slopes up, it's designed more to have it where we keep it for that. Bike Week puts their large stage at the end of the pier and has it face back. So like I was saying, which event, because we just used it for
Ours,
this.
not bike weeks.
Well, and for part of the pier, they do it just because that's the way the venue's been set up. I don't understand like how the bars would get more involved if it was facing the other way. Because we've done it, we've had it both. We had
Like
it.
if you're sitting outside on this new area that they're creating, you could be sitting outside and see the music or hear the music better from the bands.
Are you talking Columbus Ave? Because Columbus Ave, we don't do part of the pier. Columbus Ave,
Would be too far.
Never mind.
You mean like if you're at Mosley's or like one of those bars, like on
They want to,
like on Shoreline, like
So there's-
if you're out in the patio?
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
yeah.
okay.
It's not me, I don't care.
No, I could speak on all that, all those, we've made those decisions for years and which events have it at the end of the pier and which don't. And having it at the end of the pier does affect, when we keep it in that normal location, we don't have to like close off the end of the pier for a day or two for setup. And so when it's in that spot, it can be left there for months. When we put it out at the end of the pier, that takes away from being able to, people going on their normal day to go check out a sunset or something, so. But yeah, all those plans, like, I guess I should bring that up. There's also a special event next Thursday that they're gonna be utilizing the stage for. It's the Beats by the Bay event. And it's,
Same location?
so their sun location, if it's sunny, the stage will be at the end of the pier, kind of where Bike Weeks puts their bigger stage. So then, that it's basically kind of how you're saying is pointed back. If they're expecting a lot of rain and they might have to utilize the Mailander Pavilion more for that event because of a rain event, then they'll keep the stage in the other spot. So then it's more of a compact, because if you don't have as many people because of a weather event, then it's easier to manage that way. Keep people safe too, in case there's a thunderstorm or something. And that's your stage training for today.
anything else on our new business?
Is there any update on the rec center?
Still under criteria design. Chris wanted me to mention that's still, and I think we're hoping to have something to City Commission by the end of June as far as an update of where that would go to the next step to the design build process.
All right, anything in our open? All right, next meeting.
Are the tennis courts still going going to be online for the fall they talked about?
Yes, we expect by the end of July, if not like the first week of August or second week in August is the timeline for it.
Great.
They should be moving pretty quickly out there for that.
Yeah, reference Sherry's question, they're not going to do anything more with the courts back behind Sandusky.
I had heard how we're gonna redevelop it, but I
there's-
didn't know if they were
there's-
temporarily gonna keep it up.
They're
or
still
fix it.
playable, but they're not going to do anything with it. And, Sandusky High is kind of committed to the new courts.
Have they come up with any dates of when the public gets to use the swimming pool?
We'll have that information at our open house.
You get that?
Yeah, at least June schedule, maybe not the whole season yet, but definitely a schedule for June will be available that day. And that's May 27th from 5 to 7 p.m. And everyone's welcome.
5 to 7, did you say?
Yes.
And you have a singer.
Yes.
All right, that's it. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.